somehow we need to find a different segmentation of the gamers and games. And we're working on to segment our data in different ways. And we use these type of variables to there's a casual gamer in everyone. Look, it's 90% of everyone who plays games plays casual games. Part of them also play core. Going back to the platforms, I found something that there's some battles going on within these platforms, some interesting battles. And one of the most fun ones, interesting ones, is of course playing on the go, playing on a mobile device. Because of all the smartphones and Apple with their device, they're coming into the same range of Nintendo DS. They've suddenly become very serious competitors. And Steve Jobs made an announcement that they own 50% of the gaming market. And Nintendo said, oh, that's not true, that's stupid, and show me the figures. So we thought, okay, we'll show you some figures. And together with Forbes in the US, we did an article, and it featured this graph. And it showed that in sales figures, Apple is still way behind. But in sales over the last month, Apple is ahead. And in number of people playing games on Apple devices, this summer, Apple was about equal with the Nintendo DS in the States. This is not ownership of Apple device, but people saying they're playing games on the device. That's quite impressive. I don't know if you ever given a kid an iPhone or iPad and then try to change it back for a Nintendo DS, but it's very hard. Another thing about segmentation, this is an example of hardcore casual gaming. This is a game point, and you can play hardcore bingo there, hardcore solitaire and everything. And you pay money to play, and then you play and you can win credits, and the only thing you get back is credits to play more, and you'll be higher up in the ranking, so the whole community will respect you even more. The king of bingo. So it isn't betting because there's no money going out, only money goes in. I think that's quite a good business model. Good. The average playing time of a player on this portal is 210 minutes. So if somebody starts playing a game, on average they play more than 2 hours. So that, core, the definition of core could be the amount of time you put in it. Well, that's this. It's massively multiplayer, about 30,000 people playing bingo at the same time. But you would still, if you would look at this, you would say it's casual. So everything's mixed up. These guys moved to Facebook, and now they're welcoming 75,000 new people a week. And I know how mean their business, their conversion is. So again, if there's any portal here, or this is a partner, put this in your portal if you've got a lot of traffic. If you've got, say, the 20 to 40 demographic, could make $1 million, not in lira. Spending. Everybody's playing all over the place, but what are they spending? These are figures that will go out in the press release end of next week, 13th, I believe. But yeah, why not share them here in Italy? This shows how much money is spent in the US on games in dollars, so it's 22.3 billion. What I find interesting is that it is only a 2% drop since last year. It's almost a flatliner. But if you look to your left, how it's divided amongst those various platforms and business models, there's enormous shifts happening. That the console revenues go down 30%, that is quite dramatic. Other platforms grow 46% for mobile, 60% for PC games download. There's a lot happening at the moment. It's very hard to predict where this is going. But we are in the midst of a recession, and I think all the new types of games have made sure that it's a flat line, it's not going down. And if the recession ever leaves us, I think the variety of business models and platforms will ensure strong growth again. What we like to do when we, on a Friday afternoon, is just deep dive in the data and see what we can find. And we dove into, for instance, this is the Netherlands, mobile games spent. What we wanted to do is analyze the number of players, how it has changed, the number of people paying, how much they're paying, and what the total is. So try to find out what is happening to drive the total growth of, say, 30%. The interesting thing you can see here is, on the top left, is the number of players in 1 year time grew from 1.3 million to 3.5 million because of all the smartphones, introduction of iPhones, iPad, that sort of stuff. Enormous growth. Last year, 12% of all the mobile gamers in the Netherlands ever paid money for games. This year, it's 14%. So the share of people paying is not on the rise, but the sheer number of people paying is. So there's more than 300,000 people more paying this year for mobile games. If you look then below, on the right, you can see that the average money spent has been cut in half. Because on mobile devices, you can get a long way playing free games. It's a free-to-play platform. Average money spent has gone down. The number of people playing has gone up so much that in the end, it's still 30% growth in overall. You see this sort of graphs happening across a lot of platforms that have a free-to-play business model. Strong growth, enough able to cope with a lower monthly spend. And we supply data to a lot of investment companies. Since a year, we've had a lot of worked a lot of London offices. And what are they investing in? In MMO games, social games. I haven't run into anybody investing in console games yet. And if you see what's still coming, you know, multi-tens of millions of dollars of MMO games, for instance, and social games.